All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to our 2-Bit Circus Foundation Playful Learning Hour. My name is Evelyn, and from 10 to 11, you'll be joining me on a project that we have derived from our SEAM Lab playbook. So, good morning again. Today was Wednesday. We're mid through the week, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. You know, the week is just going by super fast. But yeah, thank you guys for joining in and tuning in this morning. I know it's pretty early, but you know, what a great way to start off your day with like some fun like information about like this project, and you know, hopefully you guys take away a bunch of facts and you know just interesting ideas from this project that we created. And just what I have here is before I get into this what we have here, I want to just talk about what project we have in store for today. So if you notice, we're doing static charges. um, so what that means is static electricity actually is what we're just focusing on more today, which is the buildup of electric charge on the surface of a material. So for example, let's say you have carpet in your house, or I know pretty much a bunch of us can relate to our warehouse here in Gardena. We have carpet all over like our office, and I'm pretty sure once we've touched that door handle, we get an instant shock. And I'm pretty sure the majority of us here have experienced that, right? So that's basically an example of the carpet and how your foot is just like, you know, walking around, and then when you touch something metal conductive, you tend to get a little shock, like a little zap. Again, good morning. Thank you guys for tuning in. We are discussing about today. A project is about static electricity and how that that comes about. But yeah, let's go ahead and just start off with what I have here. I know you can't pretty tell if we can dim the lights, probably. Can't we? For just like a quick second. It's gonna get pretty dark, just a heads up, but I just wanna really show you what, um, maybe the front lights, yeah. Maybe not. Maybe the other one? Can you see that? Just one second. We're just adjusting the lighting here so you guys can better see it. Maybe not. Maybe if I use this board. There we go. I think that's someone better. I'm dark for just a few seconds, but I just want to show you guys how this plasma bulb looks like. It's really like static and it's really interesting. If I put my finger on one of them, you can see like the static. I don't know if you can see it from above. Yeah. So it just pretty much is just like generating or you know releasing energy. And when I touch it, yeah. If I leave my finger on it here for like a few more seconds, it tends to like get warm. But yeah, I just wanted to show you what this pretty cool plasma bulb does. And you can see like the little shoots of electricity going up there. Really, really fun. And yeah. So what we have is here. Oh, touch it. So yeah, interesting, right? Just pretty cool. It's something to see. Really fascinating here. And yeah, so pretty much we're discussing about what this will be, how we can see this, how we touch this through various examples and experiments. But let me just put this aside and let's get like our lighting back up. Yeah, that was just a pretty cool thing just to see. Hopefully you can still see it even with the lights on. It might be a little too hard to see, but let's see if I can just put my finger. If I put my whole hand, you can see how it starts to go like kind of crazy. It's trying to reach all my fingertips, but yeah, this is pretty cool. You can actually make one of these. It requires like so many like copper wire and a bunch of other electronic components. But yeah, you can totally make one of these at home. If not, you can just easily buy it, you know, off Amazon. That's even cooler, you know. Just why make it and you can just buy it. But anyways, yeah. Let's see. Schoolhouse of Rock is on Disney, and yes, brought up a good idea of that. Ooh, I remember the Schoolhouse of Rock. That was my show back then. Today's musical number, electricity, from Schoolhouse Rock. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Good morning. Alright, anyways, thank you guys for tuning in again. We are discussing here, focusing on static electricity. So, what does that mean? Static electricity, again, is the buildup of electronic charge on the surface of a material. So, just like in the beginning, I started off with the example. is I know many of us can relate. We work here at the warehouse that we have a rug on our office, and then as soon as we're heading out the door, getting ready to go home, we touch that doorknob and we get a shock. I know, yeah, it's kind of like just like a tiny zap, a little uncomfortable for like a few seconds, but we just go on about our day. And but yeah, that's one example. Another example would be lighting. I know many scientists are still trying to figure out how lighting happens, and there's many theories. But yeah, some say it has to do with like the particles accumulating in the sky and the air and how humid it is. Yeah, a bunch of interesting factors and theories many scientists have discovered or put together on why we have lightning. So that's another example of like static energy. Another example would be, let's see, static energy. Oh, drying. When we wash and we put our clothes in the dryer, and then they're just getting to dry, basically. Yeah, that creates static energy. So I'm not sure if you have like specific type of clothing, like let's say nylon or cotton or wool. When that dries up, you get this static charge. So yeah, I'm not sure if you felt that when you're like taking out your clothes from the dryer, or yeah, you tend to hear like a little staticky, and then you tend to like kind of shock yourself afterwards. But yeah, also I know another example would be blow drying your hair, or using like hot tools. For the ladies, let's say I have a hair air blow dryer, or I'm having like a bad hair day, and then I want to straighten out my hair. That little fuzzy that tends to like stand up. Yeah, that's like static electricity as well. So just to minimize what static electricity is, we need to understand the basics first of atoms. So what is an atom? An atom is just like a very, very small particle that contains three important components, which is a proton, a neutron, and an electron. So this basically, all the protons and electrons just um, differentiate the element. So each element has a different amount of protons, and different amount of electrons. So we have something called the valence shell, which basically just sends out like how many electrons are in each cell to complete like the element, in a short way to say. But yeah, so just to give you just more of like a breakdown of why that happens, why we get this shock when we walk across the carpet. So our bodies have or contain energy itself. So we need energy, right? Like we need food. And in some foods we have something called sodium and potassium. So these have charges in them because um, they're elements that keep us alive, and working in working our brains, because we need energy to move. For example, like right now, since I'm moving, I'm using my energy, and there's these like tiny electrical impulses. If we can pull up the photo of a neuron